Rookie, did you really have to bring us to this desert in the middle of nowhere just to film this video?
You wanted to have settings that were coherent with the themes of videos. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Yeah, but we didn't need to go to Route 66 just to film a fucking Mario Kart video.
You have American culture. I don't know what you're complaining about.
You don't get the problem. You just made a jump that smashed our car because it's a bit like Mario Kart Wii, and now we're stuck in the middle of the American West.
Mario Kart Wii is your favorite Mario Kart game. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Can you help me fix the car instead of reusing the sentence?
You have a show that reuses the same shots over and over again. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Hello Curtain fans, today we'll continue our video series on how I will make the perfect Mario Kart 9.
Kurt fan, you're in denial. How many times do I have to say it? Mario Kart Tour is Mario Kart 9.
No, it's not. Okay, today we're going to talk about the characters, the items, and the game modes. I don't have that many things to say about these topics, so they can be covered in one video. I'm not going to talk about vehicles because there's not that many things to say. Let's start with the characters. Mario Kart 9 would have 48 characters, which is equivalent to the final roster of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, counting the Booster Course Pass. To start, we would have 23 characters from the base roster, 4 very lightweights, 5 lightweights, 8 medium weights, 4 heavyweights, and 2 very heavyweights. We start by getting the most obvious ones out of the way: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toad, Toadette, Yoshi, Koopa, Wario, Waluigi, Donkey Kong, and Bowser. These characters are now known to most Mario fans, and you can't really imagine a Mario Kart game without them, so it wouldn't be satisfying to unlock them. Then, let's talk about the characters who are already a little more obscure. First, for the baby characters in the very light category, we just have to have Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, and Baby Peach. These characters are used quite often by Nintendo, but unlike Baby Daisy and Baby Rosalina, that were created primarily for fan service, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, and Baby Peach actually have relevance to the franchise. So I will not include the 2 other baby princesses. The last base roster characters to be a very lightweight is Nabbit. Many people expected him to be in the Booster Course Pass, and with his presence in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, he's becoming more and more of a staple in the Mario franchise. I think he deserves to be playable in a mainline Mario Kart game, rather than being trapped in Mario Kart Tour. Let's move on to the remaining 2 lightweights now. Shy Guy would probably be in the next Mario Kart, and I think he should be in. He's a well-known character now, and even if it is not really a fan favorite, he is still popular enough to be in the base roster. But now we need some new characters to be available from the start. I think the Pumpkins, who are the main NPCs in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, would be a good idea for a playable character. They would be in the base roster because it's not really satisfying to unlock a character who simply just is an NPC that many would say is a vegan version of the Toad.
Get one!
They could even have several colors, like Yoshi and Birdo in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let's move on to the medium weights. Stay with the new characters. I would add the Piantas from Super Mario Sunshine. Just like with the Pumpkins, they would be in the base roster because it wouldn't be that satisfying to unlock them either. Let's add among the 2 other medium weight characters, 2 characters that were long seen as secondary, but who now have become more and more iconic among fans of the Mario franchise: Diddy Kong and Birdo. These characters are now so well known that I'm surprised they only appear twice in the franchise, including once at DLC. Let's move on to the heavyweights. Rosalina will be there. She's one of the most popular characters in the franchise, and now that she has appeared several times in the Mario Kart games, and that she even has a baby version of her in Mario Kart 8 in the Deluxe version, she won't be that satisfying to unlock. Next, we have the last new characters to appear in the base roster: Boom Boom. Since his return in Super Mario 3D again, he has been reused in many games like Super Mario 3D World or Mario Strikers on the Switch. And since I like this character, I would love to see him in the game. But now let's move on to the unlockable characters. Among them, we would have more unique characters and less known than those in the base roster. The new characters, including the Mario Kart 9 curveballs, would also be mostly unlockable. They are unlocked by completing specific cups. First, the third cup of the Retro and Nitro selections, and then the Special and Lightning cups. Let's start with the very lightweights, which would unlock by completing 50cc cups. We'd have two new baby characters, Baby Wario and Baby Yoshi. Unlike Baby Daisy and Rosalina, they have relevance in the franchise. Baby Wario would also be a baby who is a bit more original, less focused on cuteness and maybe more on goofiness. Then, two other new characters, Poochie from Yoshi's Island and Cappy from Mario Odyssey. Poochie was already playable in Mario Kart Tour, and like ROB or Harley Quinn, it would be quite fun to unlock him unexpectedly as a curveball, because hey, Poochie being a quadrupedal good dog is not the first character you think of when you think character who could drive the carts. Next, Cappy. Super Mario Odyssey is one of the most iconic Mario games of all time. Nintendo understood this well. They added Pauline to the cast of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cappy made it in too. For the unlockable lightweights, which are unlocked by filling the 100cc cups, we first have three returning characters, Yak 2, Dry Bones, and Bowser. And for the fourth unlockable lightweight, we have Hambro. This character was planned for Mario Kart Wii, but got scrapped. And I still think he's pretty iconic in Mario games, so he should be playable in the mainline Mario Kart. Let's move on to the unlockable medium weights now. They are unlocked by a finished 150cc cup. Spike and Kamek would be there. Then I can imagine Donkey Kong Jr., who's already playable in Super Mario Kart. We saw him again in Mario Kart Tour, and also having him playable in the canonical Mario Kart with a pixelated style would work well with Nintendo's edits on using nostalgia for the oldest games in its franchises. E-God from Luigi's Mansion would also be a good choice. He was planned for Mario Kart DS, but got scrapped and replaced by ROB. Giving him a little spotlight would be a good idea, especially since putting a character from the Mario franchise in a Mario Kart game is sometimes enough to transform a character that no one cares about into an iconic character. Look for example as Funky Kong, who went from being a secondary character in the Donkey Kong games to a fan favorite among Mario Kart Wii fans. For the heavyweights, unlockable by finishing cups in Mirror Mode, Wiggler, King Boo, and Pauline will be in the roster, because these characters remain quite iconic, yet they're still satisfying to unlock. And we would also have Pom Pom. In this way, she would also be satisfying to unlock, so she can mirror Boom Boom, who I had already put in the base roster. Finally, the very heavyweights, who are unlocked by finishing 200cc cups. King, Boo, and Womp are well-known bands of the Mario universe, so I think it's a very good idea to have them unlocked to reward us for completing the cups in the hardest difficulty level in the game. Funky Kong would also be there. He has become really iconic since Mario Kart Wii, and is known for being the best character in Mario Kart Wii. I think it therefore makes sense to make him a difficult character to unlock, and therefore more coveted. Finally, Dry Bowser, who would unlock him by finishing the Special Cup. Indeed, finishing this cup in the hardest difficulty is a bit like beating a big final boss in a way, so unlocking a character that is often used as a secret final boss in Mario games by completing this cup would make perfect sense. But we notice that there are still 5 characters I haven't mentioned. They are like secret final characters. Indeed, we would unlock them by doing things more difficult than just finishing specific cups in the game. Ashley from WarioWare would be unlockable by collecting 3000 coins to refer how greedy Wario is, which is very highlighted in WarioWare. She would be a medium weight. Rob, who is already playable in Mario Kart DS, would be unlockable by finishing first in every cup on all difficulties. A would be a heavyweight. There will likely be new crossover characters, even if not all players like the idea. So, to avoid coming as poor fan service, why not take a franchise that has been a little neglected by Nintendo lately? I'm going to pick the Star Fox franchise. It still hasn't had a game on the Nintendo Switch. As a result, Nintendo fans are starting to forget this franchise. We are therefore going to add 2 characters from the franchise and also 1 track which is inspired by it, which you will discover in the video about Nitro courses. But let's talk about the characters for now. Fox, who's a heavyweight, would be unlockable by finishing each cup with 3 stars in each difficulty. As for Falco, who is a lightweight, we would unlock him by defeating 20 developer ghosts in time trials. And finally, let's talk about the final character. We unlock him after having unlocked all the vehicles, tracks, and other characters in the game. I'm talking about Imagine from the game Doki Doki Panic. In case you don't know, Doki Doki Panic is actually how Super Mario Bros. 2 look like in Japan, because the real Super Mario Bros. 2 that was released in Japan is Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Since this game was too difficult, it didn't release out of Japan before, I think Virtual Console, I don't know. Nevertheless, to have a Super Mario Bros. 2, Nintendo reskinned one of his game on NES, Doki Doki Panic, into a Mario game, which ensures them that this game would have good sales, since the name is literally Super Mario Bros. 2. And Imagine is a character who was reskinned into Mario, and I can't help but think that this would be a really cool nod to the NES. Imagine would be a middleweight, and would also have the Miis, of course. I'm quite proud of this roster. I don't have much hope that Nintendo will put Imagine or Fox in the next Mario Kart, but it will still be great. Well, that's fine long, but couldn't you find a way for us to go back home?
Don't worry, I've got someone to help us.
Hello! That's it! Your car's fixed. Now goodbye. I've got other people to help. Rookie, which app did you use to call this guy? First of all, we are keeping most of the items that were in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There is one exception, the coin. Frankly, this item is really useless, and you might as well put more coins on the track so the players can get the 10 coins just as quickly. We also bring back the Mega Mushroom and the Bowser Shell. Next, the Blooper won't work in exactly the same way as in the previous games. It'll spit more ink on the screen, but it also slows down the target while leaving puddles of ink that have the same effect as the banana if you roll on them. And the Crazy 8 becomes the Wonderful 9. It's like the Crazy 8, but we also have a Mega Mushroom. Then there's the Ice Flower. It fires several balls of ice which freeze the opponent they hit, causing them to skip while preventing them from fully controlling their cars for 3 seconds. Next item is the Hammer. This item allows you to throw 8 hammers around you, and those hammers have the same effect as a green shell on any opponent they hit. The Drill, on the other hand, lets you dig through off-road sections to take big shortcuts, or make a big jump over pits. Depending on where you use it, it can cut a section of the track for 4 or 5 seconds. Well, that didn't help at all.
For once, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's cool, but we have bigger problems right now.
I don't see what you're worrying about. The car can roll.
No, it can't. Look, I'm pushing the pedal as hard as I can.
Yeah, but we can push the car instead. Can you see? It's currently moving.
Now for the game mode. The title screen remains unchanged. Single player mode, local multiplayer, online play, and wireless play. Then of course, the Grand Prix, the time trial, the versus mode, and the battle mode will remain. These modes are now staples of the Mario Kart franchise, and not having them in Mario Kart 9 will be underwhelming. For the versus mode, the number of races you play will be totally customizable, and will range from 1 to 96, since that's the number of courses I'm planning for this hypothetical Mario Kart 9 DLC included.
I don't think it's smart to spoil your video series.
But there is another mode I like to see again, Mission Mode. It first appeared in Mario Kart DS, then in Mario Kart Wii, even though it became unplayable with the disappearance of the online mode in that game. But after more than a decade of being rejected by Nintendo, I think it's time to give this mode some love again. We could even make it a story mode, which had a simple little plot, and each level would be a particular challenge in one of the game's courses. collecting coins, knocking down Goombas, flying with a glider while avoiding obstacles to reach a finish line, running away from a chain chomp that's chasing us, and whatnot. We also have bosses, which we'd face in a variety of ways, pushing them into the pit with mushrooms, throwing shells on their weak points while avoiding their attacks, making them slide on bananas so we couldn't and then attack them, and whatnot. A YouTuber named PK Hunter also had a good idea that would be pretty cool to see again in Mario Kart 9, the Double Dash mode. It would allow us to have two characters in a single vehicle, and double item boxes would only be present in this mode. Perfect, just when we needed him.
Hey, Sugarteen, we need your help.
Yo, Kart fan, what's up, bro? Well, we just finished the new Mario Kart video, but we're stuck here because Grookey wrecked the car, and we could really use your help. No problem, dude. Alright, see you about everyone. 3, 2, 1, go! Couldn't imagine better timing. It's cool. We should be home in half an hour now. In the meantime, this will probably be my least favorite part of this video series. There is less room to creativity and also less things to say, which won't be the case with the other parts, but at least it didn't take up too much of my time. Feel free to guide and stuff.
Blah blah blah, but actually no, Kurt fan. That's been on the date for at least 5 years, I have to admit. So viewers, feel free to tell me who's stronger between God of War and your pony.
Thanks, Rookie. Feel free to share your ideas for a hypothetical Mario Kart 9 game too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye!